Hey friends, it's Angie from The Floor Season 2. I hope you'll join me this year for my new podcast on the Hopecast Network, Reality Redux, with Angie and friends, where what's old is new again, and, well, what's new is new. We take a look at some OG reality TV with a fresh take. We also revisit with some past competitors and contestants. We're going to start with Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, and when it debuts, we'll do weekly recaps of The Floor Season 3. You don't want to miss it.
This is the Hopecast Network. Stories and shows you actually want to listen to.
And welcome back to another edition of Movie Torture. I am one of the long-lost hosts who hasn't been around in a while, but I'm glad to be back. Glad to have the First Lady of Movie Torture and Mr. Jacob who's been holding it down. And we've got a surprise guest. We got G Squared, producer Gary.
So we have a theme starting to happen here. Is every time Brad has to miss one, we've been getting Gary back.
No.
Why is that?
Something to think about.
Gary, you got beef with Brad that we need to know about?
You mean like recently or just in general? Because
I suppose any beef that would be keeping you from doing episodes with him.
well, I don't know. I mean, you know, ever since he's left Belmont, our relationship has never been better. In
The
some
shade
ways,
has been casted.
I don't mean that. No, I don't really. I love you, Brad. He knows
Good
that.
recovery.
Yeah, and we do have one person in the live chat that is the veteran, the M to the T,
Mr.
to the D,
MTD.
Movie Torture Dad. So, Jacob, what movie are you doing this time?
We get the awesome privilege of doing a very young Nicolas Cage, but still looks very old Nicolas Cage, Valley Girl from 1983.
All right, let's do a quick. Where were you at in 1983? I was 12 or 13 at this time, and probably trying to sneak behind my parents' back to watch this on HBO late in the night.
HBO was a thing back then?
Yeah. It was the only cable movie channel for a long time before Showtime and Cinemax and the others came along.
That is back when first of all, when back in 1983, I was running around pooping in my diaper because I was 2. But that was back when HBO had the fantastic best intro ever to the movies with the flying in H and all that stuff, and they got rid of it. It was great.
Yeah,
it was like one of the best.
It was almost like whatchamacallit, like a drone, flying drone, kind of how it kind of zoomed
fly
in
through the HBO.
So yeah.
Wait, so HBO started out as a TV channel? Is that right?
Yeah, it was basically you had cable, and HBO was the channel you usually had to pay extra for to get.
So then ripping people off. Okay.
But here was the cool thing is, like, if you didn't have HBO, it was still there, but it would have like the kind of pixeled screen, but you could hear a lot of times what the movies were and stuff like that.
And if you're really lucky, it would come in clear enough, like it was still pixelated, but you could make out the movie sometimes.
Yep.
How much was it a month usually? Does anybody know? Just out of curiosity.
That's a good question.
No, I don't think it was that bad, but just how, like, my parents sometimes were like, I ain't paying extra for that, but
but with
we eventually
the way streaming is today, I was just curious because you can't. I don't think I know anybody who
Information
doesn't
is not
have.
even available on the Google.
Yeah,
How much it was.
Says information about the cost of HBO in 1983 is
they don't
not
want to
available.
disclose how cheap it was. And MTD brings up
Yeah.
a great point because this is when HBO was just HBO. It wasn't HBO Max or HBO 1, 2 through Zen
Yeah.
like that they have now. It was just one channel.
Yeah. And basically the same movies cycled in and out. They didn't this was before they had like TV produced shows that they would have on there like they do now. It was literally movies in between, every once in a while Fraggle Rock, which was kind of like a cartoon puppet kind of thing. And so yeah, you know, and you the thing was like you had to be careful, like, because sometimes a movie would start like at 2:15 instead of like on the dot. So if you didn't get there on time, you had, and there was of course no DVR and all that kind of stuff. So if you missed the start, you missed the start.
So did they like release movies that were in theaters, or did they have to wait to be out of theaters?
They were probably about 6 months after theaters, I would say.
Yeah.
When you say
And like MTD said they would.
Yeah. And they used to, they
so
sent
you would be able to look
out.
through the guide through the week or through the month to see what movies were coming, because there was no on demand. It was you were either there or you missed it, and that was it.
Yeah.
So that movie came on at 1
If
a.m.
you were lucky enough,
You had to be up at 1 a.m. to watch that movie.
yeah. But most of the time the PG movies like would show like all the time. So like, you could see something if like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom came on at 8:00, then you'd be able to watch it like at, the next day at noon or something like that. So they would flip flop the times around, except for like the rated R stuff, which they'd wait for like after 9:00. So
That's kind of cool. Gary, where were you in 1983?
Let's see.
he wasn't even a seed yet.
Bro, you have to think about this.
No, I was trying to come up with something clever to say, but no. I was not.
No, you were not here.
I was nowhere.
Yeah, same. My parents weren't even married. My mom wasn't even 20 years old yet.
Yeah.
Dad hadn't even graduated college yet.
MTD asked if you could record it. I remember recording it with VHS tapes,
you could.
but that was about it.
It wasn't cheap to do, but you could do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
because my sister had recorded Grease 2. She used to torture me. Grease 2, and then eventually it became Dirty Dancing. So
those are classic movies. I don't know why y'all are bad.
but not when you have to watch them over and over
I've
again.
heard you tell this story too, Roger. You must be really
traumatized
by this.
for life.
Okay.
The only good thing about Grease 2 was Michelle Pfeiffer, and that was about it.
So I never saw the second Grease.
You did yourself a favor.
But like the first one. Okay. But the first one is. Did y'all ever read The Outsiders?
Yes.
I had to read
love
that
the book and movie.
Early high school, late middle school. Yeah, but like, isn't Grease just that? But like, with music, it's a musical version of that with less violence.
The Outsiders was way cooler.
It was. That's what I mean. It was
the Greasers and the Soch.
Anyway,
but that's a great segue to this wonderful movie, because it's basically another adaptation of those things. So we'll give a quick Brad's 1 minute synopsis. So he loves to give us this movie. We have the Valley, the rich girls who have all the money. It starts off with them shopping and having a great time, bringing us back in the day when credit cards didn't go into a machine. It was a carbon copy they would take, send it off to the credit card company to charge your credit card for you. And she has this boyfriend she's bored with, and it's time to move on. And they're talking about some party plans, and a gentleman eavesdrops on his address of this house, and him and his punk friends show up, introducing our wonderful main character in the movie. And they hit it off. The boyfriend's not so happy, and he still gets the girl They play out. They have a great 2-month relationship. And then she decides, I don't want to lose my friends because they don't like my punk boyfriend. So I must go back with the old boyfriend. But then she realizes she still likes this boyfriend who crashes the prom. All is happy. She runs off with punk boyfriend and they're all happy.
I could have summed it all up with.
I mean, they had a different style back in the 80s. I mean, I immediately was like, I need to start wearing my polos with the collar just...
I love their shopping scene at the beginning. That scene was giving me life. I just loved seeing the styles from back then, and it was a very fun scene. I very much enjoyed that.
I did enjoy her, like, brooch, her Woody Woodpecker brooch that she was wearing, like this giant Woody Woodpecker. Yeah.
Is that what it was? I was watching on my phone, so I couldn't see what it was. I just thought there was something on her chest.
It's like, I guess that was a style thing. You know, you in the 80s, you wore your Woody Woodpecker brooch. She was kicking it.
Yeah.
So we have to go into detail with this with, what's her name? G Squared? PG over there? Because he didn't have the amazing opportunity of watching this movie.
Sorry.
First, Gary, I would just like to inform you that until Nicolas Cage smiled and showed his teeth, I thought he was actually really cute in this movie.
His teeth are jacked up. Like, he looks so weird.
Those look terrible.
All I could keep thinking, like, to your point, once he came on screen, because it was the first time we see him is at the beach, and you're like, okay, it looks like Nicolas Cage, and then it's like, this is the guy who became famous in movies and did all these other big movies. Oh, like, who is this guy?
Like, he was kind of a, I don't even know if a ladies' man is the right word for it, but like, he was the hunk. Like, he was a hunk. That's the word. He was a hunk. He was good, and it's just comparing him to other movies he's been in. I'm like, what happened, bro?
Yeah. He actually was a product of that time. He grew up there in Hollywood, and his dad who was it? His stepfather, or hold on, hold on.
Did anyone find the?
Oh yeah, Coppola. He's from the Coppola family.
Okay.
The Godfather guy and all that.
I don't know what that means.
Well, the movie The Godfather, Francis Ford Coppola was the producer and director of that movie, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. If I remember right. Yeah. So, yeah, he came from a very Hollywood. Yeah, he was born in Long Beach. Yeah, grew up in that area. Yeah. So, his uncle was Francis Ford Coppola, and he begged at 15 for a screen test, and missed out on a lot of early stuff with De Niro and Hackman and other stuff when he was younger. So, and he changed his name to Cage because he was a comic book geek, and he did it for Luke Cage, who was one of the Marvel characters.
What was his original last name?
Coppola. Nicholas Kim.
I could
Coppola.
see him as the nerd because he looked like a nerd in this movie. Even though they were trying to make him look grunge and punk, he did not look punk. He looked like a geek.
But I don't think he looked like a nerd,
He looked like a geek.
I don't think so. Her homegirl's boyfriend, the first boyfriend that she had, Tommy, who she was bored with, can't imagine why. He looked like a geek, and he was a jerk. He was a bully. He was a cheater. He was nasty.
That's all he's played, and all of his, like, he was in the Walking Tall movie with The Rock. He was a bad guy. He was the sheriff that got fired, or got ousted out. Just about everything he's played.
He plays it so well. Maybe.
Do you know?
Yeah,
I would say at some point that's not just a persona that you put on. That's who you
she's dating obviously the high school jock Tommy, and now she is very bored of Tommy, and
because a good boyfriend, he didn't call her for 2 days.
So she's very upset about that as he's at the mall with his friends. And the classic 80s breakup is because this is before you could like block him off Facebook or all that, she handed back his bracelet. That meant it was game over. The bracelet has been returned.
Yep. And he's like, whatever, you're going to come back.
He was, with that pop collar. He's like, oh, you'll be back. I know you'll be back. So then they're at the beach and they're, as girls will be girls, I guess, will be, they're enjoying the eye candy at the beach, and they spot Mr. Nicolas Cage.
I have to say, their whole conversation, it started at the mall when they were talking about boys, and then it continued at the beach talking about boys. I was so annoyed. I can't stand when girls just get in a group and they're like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. I'm like, nobody cares. Not a one.
So you're saying you're not getting into the Valley Girl scene?
Absolutely not. I would not make it because I'd be so annoyed with them. I have never heard the word like so many. I thought this was a modern development where girls have to say like every 2 seconds. Nah, this movie, it was every 2 seconds. That and what was it? Grody. I've never heard those two.
Yeah, that was a term. Yeah,
so grody
in my life and in this.
Like for real.
Hour and a half.
Like for real. Yeah,
like this movie was like so much fun. Like I really like watching this movie, and I really like see it all the time. Yeah.
I gotta go. And then to make it worse, they're talking about guys. Like, oh my god!
And now look
at that.
They're broken up. They're planning to go to this party, and there's some dude behind them, just like totally creeping in, trying to eavesdrop on this address. Goes to his buddy, Nicolas Cage. It's like, man, we got this party. We got to go in the valley. And Nicolas Cage, being the smart friend's like, no, I don't want to go to the valley. He's like, that's not for me. I don't want to go.
No, I want to go.
But his friend, who was his friend's name? Tommy? Tommy? Yeah, that was the friend's name. No, Tommy's the boyfriend.
I think so.
Freddie.
I didn't recognize Freddie. So I didn't recognize him switching from the beach scene to the party scene because he showed up at the party with like red hair. I didn't notice that in the beach. So I didn't even connect that it was the same dude. He looks nothing like the beach guy.
They're Valley at the beach, punk after the beach. Like they could be Valley guys at the beach, but once they're done with the beach, it's back to being punk.
He got redded up for the evening.
Right.
He did the spray on his hair for the evening.
Yeah, so they get good.
So they party in their sushi, which is nasty. Do you all even like sushi?
I love sushi.
I try it whenever, like, I've never ordered sushi, but every once in a while someone will get some, and I'm like, I'll try it, and I feel like I'm never a fan of it. But I try it just about every time it's available, just to see.
Yeah, do at least try it. What about you, Roger?
I like my fish cooked.
Yes.
I like my fish
That's
cooked.
my problem. I can't eat raw fish. That's so gross.
Yeah.
Is MTD eating sushi?
But I like Asian food.
I was actually kind of surprised with the sushi thing because, it must have just been a California thing for a long time because I really don't remember it like getting kind of like where you could find it out to eat and stuff like until like late 90s. At least on this side of the country.
Well, it was even more of a delicacy
Okay, but
then.
they were literally, this I've never heard, they were putting peanut butter on the sushi.
Huh?
And the dad is over there like scraping peanut butter or whoever he was on the, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Ew. Oh, speaking of was that her dad, that the best friend of the main character? The guy helping in the kitchen.
That's
that
what
was
I
her
assumed.
dad?
That's what they were playing it as, but then they weren't really clear.
And he was never actually because she went out for a date. Correct. Remember when when she was on the phone with him and he said, where's your mom at? She says, oh, she's out on a date. She won't be back for a while.
Well, the stepmom was also hitting on like her stepdaughter's boyfriend at the party. So I was like,
that was a whole weird interaction there.
And plus when she they kind of do the, come into the bedroom because, he snuck in that shower and he was thinking that was the mom in the shower, and it ended up being
I thought it was the mom.
Yeah, it was a girl.
yeah. So they ended.
What's her?
Susan,
Cindy?
yeah, Susie, yeah.
I think that was.
But here's the only thing. Here's the thing. That's not
Yeah.
the only weird shower scene. So Nicolas Cage, okay, they end up going to this party, all right, and lo and behold, the girl sees him, he sees the girl, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm down for this party now." They're talking, have a great time. Tommy boyfriend not happy about it, even though they're broken up, and he was just messing around with their best friend.
Boyfriend.
Okay, that was weird on itself.
Yes, ex-boyfriend was a
He was.
garbage bag who ended up trying to sleep
Her
with
really good friend.
Deborah
Yeah.
Portman's
So he
girlfriend.
comes down and punches Nick Cage in the face. They leave. Nicolas Cage's friend is upset. He's like, "My mom's gonna be so mad if you're driving my car." He says so not nice words about his mother as he drives his mother's car. They go back, but does not go back in the party. He goes, hides in the tub in the bathroom with the plan to wait for the girl, I guess, to come in to use the bathroom.
The only thing that was missing from that scene was somebody coming in there and laying a deuce and just stinking up the bathroom. That would have
Oh, we
been
had a really funny, like, white chick's bathroom
Just
scene in there.
grunt,
Yeah.
just like
that. Yeah. And that was the only thing
that would have
missing
made it
in
epic. That would have really made it epic.
Instead, we just
So-
see people going in there doing lines of coke and smoking pot and trying to have sex.
Yeah.
She
and then
comes into the
leaving.
bathroom and he pops out. Are you finding that romantic? Are you is that not like instantly red flags, creep?
It everything he did, but what today would be stalkerish.
Yes.
You know, showing up everywhere she showed up, all that kind of
But
stuff.
when you really like someone, all of the you are blind to all of the red flags. So
Yeah.
you're just like, what are you doing
Wait.
here?
To all their red flags or all your red flags?
Well, both, but definitely theirs.
I don't know. If someone's
Hey, Gary, after she broke up with him because all of her friends basically kind of talked her into it. So, after she broke up with him, he kept showing up. Nicolas Cage kept showing up like when she'd be out on dates with the other guy. He would be like the guy waiting on him, or he would be the guy at the movie theater checking tickets, or, you know, just all kind of different things.
And this shows you how
So-
dumb the ex-boyfriend was because he never recognized
He did not.
Nicolas Cage.
one of the best
Yeah.
lines of the movie. He was like, "Oh, is this a 3D movie? No, but your face is."
Yeah.
Like, Nicolas Cage was mean to this dude or did something to him every
He did.
single interaction, and the guy never was cool. He was just like, bro, that guy's a
In that
weirdo.
split scene, they you see like 5 different styles of Nicolas Cage acting all in one. Like he was bringing it all out in all the different scenes.
Yeah.
But so they
What's the spaz?
Pretty
Always
much.
a spaz.
so they
Yeah.
he meets her in the bathroom and he's like, "Come outside with me, let's go." So she knows nothing about this guy and he's like, "Come on, come with us." She's like, "Where are we going?" He's like, "I don't know." He's like, "But it'll be fun." She's like, "Well, I'm bringing my
He said,
anywhere."
anyway.
He's like, "All right, I'm bringing my best friend."
What are you doing?
And they go down to Holly Weird and go to the punk club. And
At least she brought her best friend with her.
and
Some
Yeah.
guys don't make hard decisions and just go off.
She brought Stacy
who
with
was
her.
not too thrilled because Freddie was weird and she didn't want to be with Freddie and Freddie really liked her. But what's that?
Just nag. Stacy was annoying, just nagging in the back seat. I'm gonna be with
Oh
her.
yeah.
Fred, you're so. I'm like, shut up.
She was not a good wing woman.
No,
Not a good wing woman at
No.
all.
not even like just a good person to be around. Just terrible.
They
Yeah.
were all very hateful people.
Oh, by the way, MTD says he hates sushi.
I did, yes.
So I'm assuming that's what he hates. He
Yes,
says I hate
asked
it,
him if
so
he
it
likes
must be
sushi.
a-
Also, MTD, do you have the budget for this movie? And what did this movie make? But yeah, so like,
Okay.
yeah.
No, you
I
can
was
go ahead.
just saying. So yeah, they're at this thing, and then they go off after the club, and they're $350K. That's the budget of this movie. $350K. That is not a big budget for a movie.
They're made over 17 million. I don't know how.
So they cashed in.
And this movie was all 20 movies.
That's insane.
Wait, how much did it cost?
$350K. Yeah.
How much was that in 1980s money?
That can't even be like maybe like a mil.
Well, it was it grossed like 1.8 the first weekend that was out, and then the final domestic gross was like 17,000, and it said it also had like 4.5 million in rentals.
Why?
Like
what
1
was
point.
the attraction to this movie?
Good. I mean,
it was just a movie of the times.
You got the Valley Girls and the punk rock. I mean, punk was huge then. Like that was the. So you kind of.
It was the Mean Girls of
1.3. It's $1.3 million in today's money. $350,000 in 1980 is worth about $1.3.
That movie made some bank.
I just don't understand what was drawing people to go watch it, because there was no good storyline. There was nothing like just drawing you into this movie.
Everything.
You know what the Rotten Tomatoes scores is? 84% for Rotten Tomatoes.
Everything was drawing you into this movie.
Maybe if you're a dude who just wants to watch sex on screen, but there was nothing good about this movie.
This was
but you have to remember back in those days, it was there were very select movies about like teenagers and stuff like that. So like right after this one, a couple of years later, you started getting the 16 Candles and those kind of movies, which were a lot better than these. But this was kind of like the start of that almost. I think there was another.
I was going to say, I feel like I know a lot of movies from the 1980s that were like teenage, but maybe that was.
Yeah, it was like mid 80s, late 80s when they really started just coming out of the woodwork with all these teen rom-coms and those types of movies. But this movie taught a great lesson that you can't judge people. You got to love people for who they are.
Maybe I feel like they should have taught a little bit more that you shouldn't be wishy-washy in your dating choices.
I mean, that's true too. Like she, we talk about her boyfriend Tommy not being a great guy, but she was not so great herself. Like she was very.
No.
Yeah.
She was like
he broke up with Nicolas Cage out of nowhere and goes back to Jerkface and then ends up just leaving him again at the very end of the movie. For what? Like, if Nicolas Cage hadn't showed up to crash her prom, she would have stayed.
It was such a weird scene. Like, what would have made that scene better, honestly, and probably would have brought this movie up to the next level, is when he randomly shows up at her house and she's like half crying, like, you shouldn't be here. Why'd you come here? Like, was everybody not waiting for Tommy to be on the other side of the door? Like, or the parents?
Well, I think going to be dressed and ready to go and have her bracelet on. I was like, for sure he's going to see the bracelet on her wrist.
But nothing. I was waiting for Tommy to be behind the door or like back with the boyfriend, which would have made that so much better, but it was like nothing, and she's like, just get out of here.
Which honestly, there was a lot of language, but he should have said all of those things that he said to her as he was walking away. Because she was like...
He deserved it all. My wife was like, he's being so mean. I'm like, he should be. She's horrible.
Yeah.
She's not being truthful with him, even.
Yeah.
And basically cheated on him because she got back with someone else before she actually broke up with him.
Yeah. So one of my favorite characters, speaking of cheating, the Lauren girl, Elizabeth Daly, she went on to like unbelievable success in voiceover work. She's done everything from Rugrats to let me go down the list here.
Who was this again?
The girl that made out with Tommy basically was almost raped by him in that bedroom scene.
The moment I seen her, all I could think of was Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure.
Yeah, she was in that too. Yeah, and I'm trying to look at all the voiceover stuff she's done.
She was Pee Wee Herman's big love interest.
Right.
She really downgraded.
Yeah. She
It's been a long time since I've watched that movie.
Yeah, Powder Puff Girls. She was the voice in the new Woody Woodpecker show.
What?
She was
foreshadowing the Woody
trying to
Woodpecker
find the other
brooch,
stuff. Curious George.
the brooch.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. She probably made more money from voiceover stuff than she did and she even did video games. Tons of video games here I'm seeing. So
I think that would be a fun job.
That would be fun to do voiceovers.
But oh yeah,
and she had a
I could
music
do
career
voice
too.
Hmm.
So
I could do voiceovers. Nobody's looking at me. We have to not to.
Fun fact about this movie, well, about Nicolas Cage, I guess. So he had a crush on Deborah Foreman, and in real life, and he would write her poetry when they were on set, the 22 days that they were filming this.
they were even a couple at and one of the hard scenes was the breakup scene. Supposedly, they had a hard time doing it because they were supposed. Let me find that where that was at.
We talked about this in a prior episode where I used to thought as a high school, not from the Valley, thought I was a Mr. Romantic and would write poetry to the girls to impress them. But what they didn't know is I just had 2 big giant poem books at home that I would write the poems and say I made them up. And then they'd be like, "Oh, can you write me another poem?" I'd be like, "Yeah, but you got to give me a couple of days to really make sure it's good," which AKA meant I need to go home and flip through this book to make sure I never used it before and write it down.
What did you do? Write their initials on the page if you'd already used it on them?
You know, that would have been smart. No, I didn't. I just hoped that it wasn't using the same one.
So here's the beef on that relationship. Cage and Foreman found it difficult to do the breakup scene at Julie's front door because it was shot late in the filming when Cage and Foreman were dating. It took several takes and some counseling by Martha Coolidge, who was like the director or writer of the book or whatever. And she told Foreman to think of another guy she had broken up with before. So,
oh, they liked each other. Kind of sweet, I guess.
Yeah. That happens a lot with those young teenage actors that do stuff together. Next thing you know, they're dating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of the moves of Tommy right after the breakup obviously was to try to get sympathy from all the girls. So, you are all nice men, so I wouldn't assume that you would do something like this. But did you ever try to do that? Like just try to get get a girl to feel sorry for you after a breakup? Just so you can date or something? What?
That was too quick, Jacob.
Okay, so there is the version. There's the version of Jacob before he met God and he did miraculous changes in my life, and then there's me now. So the me prior, 100%. I was.
What about you? Face tells me no.
Not like what? Did I ever try to get sympathy from a girl when we were breaking up? No.
What was the?
No, like
no
someone else.
Sorry, what?
Else. Like you just got broken up with, and you're like, "Oh, I'm so sad. I just need you to comfort me or something."
No. Nope. I think I always handled.
So Jacob, tell him what
What's
you did.
That?
Gary can't comprehend this, so tell him what you did.
So okay, to describe it best, I was very much like Tommy and what is his character, Nicolas Cage, Randy? Is that Nicolas Cage's character's name? Them mixed together. I was a goth, but was not the nicest person when it came to the ladies. So when a girl would break up with me, I would go to her friends and those friends and be like, man, I really liked her. I was trying so hard to make it work. I don't know what I did wrong. And they're like, it wasn't you. It was like, but she was so sweet. And then I would date their friends and it was just bad. I was a terrible, terrible person back then.
I would say I did get sympathy from friends, but I didn't ask for it. I think I always handled my breakups pretty well.
That's good.
I haven't had to go through a lot of them.
I would go home and dig through my poem book to find a sad poem. So I'd be like, this is how I feel now.
I will not anyone. I'm gonna look it up on Google and be like, where'd you get this from?
You always have to run it through the software like schools use to see if it's been plagiarized or through.
Yeah. I'm gonna chat GPT.
That's true. That's what I was gonna say. Just chat GPT it. Write me a sad poem. Write me a sad poem.
The funny would be, would Mr. Young MTD try to get sympathy from the ladies after a breakup?
Ooh.
I think an MTD was a player.
I feel like he's a ladies' man. I'll be honest.
He was like,
Not in
MTD is like,
way,
they didn't break up with me. I broke up with them.
Oh.
It was definitely different. He said, I was a player, not.
I was not.
This is another fun fact I didn't see till just now, but the cast and crew used their own clothes for the wardrobe because the budget was so small.
Which is, yeah.
Refer to places to
That's crazy too. And Julie was really the only one that was a Valley girl. She was from that area, and it wasn't a stretch for her to play the part that she played.
Okay.
But then everyone else the other actors went to high schools in the Valley to learn the Valley speak.
I don't feel like that'd be that difficult to learn.
No, all you have to do is add in between every word. You got it.
That's crazy to think they had to bring their own clothes and do all that when this movie grossed $17 million.
Right?
Okay.
Well, I mean, they had to do that.
No, go ahead, Gary.
No. I was just say, I know they had to do that for the original Halloween movie from 78?
Okay.
Really?
The first one. I don't know how much money that one's made by now or when it, I don't know, but yeah.
That's crazy.
Movies.
Yeah. Okay, we have to talk about the most creepiest, disturbing part of this whole movie. What on earth was she sleeping with in her bed?
Oh,
okay.
My gosh.
That porcelain clown is what nightmares are made of.
I didn't even notice that.
What?
Oh, I saw it. I was like, girlfriend, that is way more scary than anything you have gone through in this movie.
This was about to be a horror movie at that point. Chucky reincarnated.
She just
was in the bed with her?
stood in her bed. I'm like, how do you sleep with that?
It's a porcelain
doll. Yeah, it was
like
a stuffed animal with a porcelain, or stuffed clown with a porcelain face, which, why is that your comfort toy? But the face on that thing was creepy.
It was terrifying. I was like, I don't know who gave you that. Probably Tommy.
Probably, right.
But you need to burn it.
It's
or maybe her dad after he smoked a toe.
I mean, that could be.
It's cracked me up so much.
Oh, her parents, and that's the other thing. They live in the Valley, and her dad's the biggest hippie in the world with his very healthy restaurant. And
I feel like they're not
no
Valley people. No. And here she is worried about her boyfriend not being a Valley person. I'm like, your parents aren't even Valley people. Why do you care?
And let's be real honest here. Do you really think that health little cafe is making enough money to live in the Valley?
Well, I mean, health foods charge people an arm and a leg.
That's
The
true. You're not
healthy-
wrong there.
And it will
California.
attract all of the valley people who want to stay
Yeah,
skinny.
I mean,
Yeah, I'll tree hug.
you do got that point. But she's like ragging on her parents' business. Like, this food is nasty. How do people eat this?
Oh, yeah. I don't feel like healthy food was actually made delicious until recently. You used to just eat like cardboard
That's
if it was
true.
actually healthy.
Could you go complete vegan, though?
No.
Yeah.
Complete
Not
vegan?
the
No.
desire.
No.
I was talking to a friend the other day.
Oh.
She's like, I need to go pescatarian again. I have gut issues. I'm like, no, you need to go full
Right.
carnivore.
Eat some beef.
You're good.
Mm.
I just can't do it. I'm trying to save the cows. I'm like, well, I'll eat them for you.
It's like that. The new.
Is-
If you've seen the new Groove Belt commercials, and they're like, cows are dangerous to our society. They're like, their farts are the number one reason for our ozone layer being melted down is because of cow farts. So they have the cow off scene and they shoot it, and then make a belt out of it. So they're doing their part to save the ozone. It's a great commercial.
I have not seen this commercial.
Or they have a
I
section where
missed
they're like,
that one.
every year a cow kills at least 2 people, and we can't stand for this. So they shoot the cow and then make a belt out of it.
That's hilarious.
That's why I
People
was
love
like,
that,
how are
I
they
bet.
not get just immediately run over by PETA? They're like, it's a CGI cow. It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's fake.
DGI
They almost had to put a
cow.
disclaimer at the bottom and say no real cows are harmed in this making of this commercial.
Right? Yeah. All right, where are we at in this movie?
So we're at the creepy clown. They broke up. So then like, I feel this movie breaks up into 2 different movies, right? Like, so you have they make this seem like they're dating for months. Like, you basically get the 1980s montage of their relationship in full development and the love in the air and all that wonderful stuff. And they almost start playing it off like he's like kind of breaking away from his little punk grunge way because they're like going to see Romeo and Juliet, and he's now wearing
And I think he started dressing a little bit
100%. The hair
different,
goes a
too.
little flatter, so he's like still like holding on to the grunge a little bit, but kind of changing over. And then you come to find out it's only been 2 months. You think they've been dating forever? It's been 2 months, and they break up, and he goes on a bender, basically, just gets drunk, traveling around town, doing his thing, and his good old chap friend comes and saves the day, and he's like, come on, man, if you love her that much, go get her, win her back. So that's his plan, and that's where he starts popping up everywhere. So basically it goes from love story to stalker. As Roger said, he starts popping up everywhere she is, to the point he's sleeping outside her window. When does it become from being romantic to being stalkerish?
And you wonder why they didn't make a sequel where, after they get back together, she finds out that, he hit up the ex-girlfriend in the
Right.
bar that night, and kind of left that hanging, so.
They did leave that.
They did not need to make that scene with her as long as they did. I think they were just like, don't make this a 10-minute scene. Our movie's only going to be an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Would have been awesome. What they should have did with this movie, which would have been even funnier, or a good funny part of this movie, was like, to Roger's point, like, Nicolas Cage is stalking her now, wants to get back together. He wins her back, and now Tommy's doing the same things where he's just randomly popping up everywhere they're going, like in disguise, because he's like, it worked for him, maybe it'll work for me. So he starts trying to do it, but they figure out that it is Tommy every single time. Like,
That's not stupid.
like, Tommy, we know it's you.
For him, it would actually be stalker behavior, though, because he was also violent and didn't care about hurting people. Nicolas Cage didn't do that. So for me, he was not giving stalker.
Okay, so question to Hannah. I guess it could work for the guys too. If it was a girl's night. You would say it'd be romantic if there was a man sleeping in a sleeping bag outside your window.
Okay, he was a teenager.
Was he though?
They were
Okay,
in high
great question.
school.
Was he a teenager? He didn't go to school.
Yes, because he was still. Didn't he say that he was in? He said the name of his high school, and it was not.
Yeah,
he went to.
it was Hollywood High School.
Yes,
Yeah.
that one. He said.
I swear he said he went to Hollywood High School though, or like as in past tense.
He may have. I remember hearing Hollywood High
But anyways,
High
okay, he's in high school. That's the drawing line for you. You're fine if it's in high school.
I'm just saying, it was not a grown man going after a teenager. That's a huge
true.
difference. If you're both under 18, that makes it very different. Again, like Nicolas Cage was not the violent type of guy, or like actually being creepy or actually putting in danger. Some guys would be that, and in that case, no, I'm calling the cops. But when I know they're not actually a threat, that could be seen as like, oh, cool, he's actually cares and is pursuing. Maybe still not the best idea, but I'm just
look at that poor guy out there. He's catching pneumonia while he's waiting to talk to me through my window.
Yeah.
Like, dude, straight up full sleeping bag camp out mode. He's like, I will win you back.
Isn't his voice only sleep in his boxers though? He did not
That's
have
weird.
to be cold out there.
Like, I don't understand that move, but hey.
I'm sleeping in my pajamas if I'm camping out in the
They're in
sleeping
California.
bag.
How cold is it really getting at night?
Yeah, he's fine.
It's not like Minnesota where right now it's negative 20 degrees out and you're going to die. It's probably still like a nice 75 degrees.
Yeah.
All right. So, favorite song
Oh,
from
the
movie?
soundtrack in this was great. The ending song made my wife's mouth just drop because she was like, "Did they just sing what I think they just sang?" And I said, "They sure did, they sure did."
Which one? I Melt With You?
No, when they're at the they go to the
prom.
Yep.
Johnny B. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Johnny, are you queer?
If you read the lyrics to that whole song, there is no innuendos. It is exactly what they're asking, and she goes through why she feels the way that she does, or why she thinks he is, and it's interesting.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't know any of these songs, so I was vibing, but I wasn't really probably catching all.
You didn't recognize I Melt With You at the very end?
Oh, it's such a great
No,
song.
I don't know any of these.
Yeah.
Like it had
One I was shown too. This was way before I was invented. So.
it had a really good soundtrack. It was a great soundtrack to the movie. But it
was fun music. I was
speaking of
vibing.
the prom, I felt like
didn't know
this
it.
was like everybody had to bring some food to their own prom because they were.
Which I feel like would not be a very Valley thing. I feel like they should have.
You
an
would think so,
expensive
right? Because
caterer.
like part of it was our friend Stacy, who was now with that boy. Like they were a little late to get to the prom, and they had all the cups, so no one could drink anything because there was no cups.
Oh,
Like that's weird prom. That's a weird prom to me.
yeah. Also, her dress looks like straight up looks like a wedding dress. It looked like my mom's wedding
Yes.
dress that she wore for her rehearsal dinner.
It does. Did you guys partake in proms? Was that a thing for you that you got to partake in?
Oh.
Yeah, see, I was vibing. I don't know them. I was homeschooled, so we didn't have problems.
You could have hosted a prom at home.
No, the closest thing we had to that was a Valentine's banquet, but even then, it was with our teenagers at church, and you still weren't allowed to go with
Okay.
the date. So dating was not allowed.
Fair.
Yeah.
No, until you graduate school.
I did not. I mean, we had one. I went to a public high school, but no, we didn't. I didn't have anyone to go with, and no. I feel well. I can't remember if you had to buy a ticket or not. So it's just like
Fair.
yeah. No, I ain't.
I went to prom one time, and you had to buy a ticket to it, and we went in a vehicle way better than limousine. Kids that went to prom in a limousine, overrated. Everybody does it. I took my prom date into a
Helicopter.
1998 Ford Windstar minivan. That's how we rolled up to the prom.
Now,
He definitely built that up.
for my two proms, I didn't do the limousine, but for my girlfriend at the time, for her senior prom, which I had already graduated the year before, we got me and another couple of the boyfriends got a limo for we had like 3 couples, so it ended up not costing that much. And
Yeah.
Roger, did you have long flowing locks at this point in time?
oh yeah, that was those days.
How did you style it for the prom?
I just had curly hair, so it was kind of hard to style.
Okay.
I tried to do the part and the mousse and all that kind of stuff, but it just usually didn't flow.
Your hair was already
That well,
so good,
so-
it just did its own thing, and it was set.
Yeah,
Roger pulled up.
business in the front, party in the back.
See, I vibed with the non-Valley people because I was goth. I had a mohawk. Like, I was like, this is my scene. I can relate to these very troubled teenage people at this club.
I couldn't relate with any of these people, and I was really ready for this movie to be over. I also did a remake of this movie in 2020, and it's
Really?
a musical. I don't know what it is with them. I'm assuming it's a remake. It's Valley Girl 2020 musical
Yeah.
romance. They add
And there's even some
somehow.
there's some people from the original one in the second.
Okay.
the
No,
remake.
they went back and participated again. I'd be like, no, don't speak to me ever.
Yeah, the Julie was in the movie, and I think one of either Stacy or Susie, one of the other girls
Okay.
was in it.
Love that.
Yeah, and Logan Paul was in it,
Oh.
I think, as well.
Now you
What?
lost me
Ew.
right there.
I was already lost. Now I'm more lost. Why did
He
you put
was
him
definitely
in there?
Tommy.
They actually had to they pushed back the release because that was when he had posted those suicide videos that he got raked over the coals about, and so they had to postpone the release
Oh,
because
sure.
of that.
Wow.
Yeah, he was his name was Mickey Bowen, so I think he was the jerk of the
Sure.
movie.
Well, Roger, do you have any good reviews or want to pull up some good reviews? Because I have some funny
Yeah,
bad
let's-
reviews. I'll read why we're getting some good ones here. So here's some bad. This is from Swoozy. Good old Swoozy. Or see, this says, great looks, but overall this was like so boring. So he went full 80 Valley Girl vibe on that review. These punks listen to some of the softest rock music ever. It's true. And I think
Fair.
watching the remake before the original was a mistake because this bored me to tears. I don't think that's fair. It was not boring.
We chose to watch the remake?
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody would look at that and think, yeah, that's something I want to
Okay,
waste my time on.
this is a review from Alex. The 1-star review says, why is everyone in this movie 30? And they all did look extremely old in this movie.
They did.
All right, I'm trying to find some that aren't so long.
Right? Everybody's writing books about how much they love this. I'm like, y'all calm down. Not that good.
Here's another one. You got one?
Okay, here's one. I've got one. Yeah, a sweet yet corny 80s romance. I've seen this movie quite a few times, and each time I watch it, the quirkier and funnier it becomes. Perhaps it's the lack of research that went into Nicolas Cage's character, punk personnel, or just the cheesiness factor because it was such a typical 80s film. Nonetheless, it's a cute love story with an extremely funny, unique characters. I think it's right up there with Fast Times and Weird Science.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
But yeah.
Most of these 5-star reviews
Books.
are they're books, or they're saying that this is a great representation of the 80s, which cool. Glad you had that nostalgic moment. I'm not watching a movie to just be reminded of the 80s when that's not like actually the purpose of the movie, like to tell a story from the 80s.
Right. There's plenty of movies that do that.
And that's not a good reason to give it a 5-star review.
It is not.
Because the actual movie is garbage.
Well, before we get to that, is there anything last anybody needs to add to this movie, or we will go in to get our rankings? And MTD, we need to know from you, from our time speaking of this movie, where would you rank this movie, MTD, movie torture or movie gold? Well, first lady of movie torture, we'll start with you. What is your rating on this movie?
This was movie torture. And I don't feel like I've done just a straight up torture in a while. But I didn't like it. I was waiting for I know how Brad feels now when he's like, oh man, I just was waiting for this movie to be over. I could not wait for this to be over. The storyline sucked. Nicolas Cage, I don't know why he looks like that. I just didn't like it. I would not watch it again.
Roger, what would you rank this movie?
This would be bronze-ish for me because, I mean, it was harder to watch this time than it was the first time I enjoyed it because I was 13, 14-year-old, however. So it was the movie of the times, but now, like, looking back on it, I'm like, it's gotten harder for me to watch movies from that genre because it's just, I guess things have just technology-wise have improved so much, but it's neat sometimes seeing how, like, you know, people had like the rotary dial phones and all that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Producer Gary, I know you didn't see the movie, but what would you rank this movie?
I don't feel like I need to watch it now.
That's a fair ranking.
There you go. It doesn't.
Good.
Podcast did not make me feel like I needed to watch it.
We've done our job.
Before I give mine, MTD said he didn't see the movie, but he did rank the podcast a gold, so we'll take it. We appreciate you, MTD. I would have to rank this movie gold. It was hilarious. What? It was just cheesy enough to make it funny. Like, it was funny. Wow. It was funny. Like some of the jokes that
I was not expecting
funny.
that.
Funny look.
But that was part of it. The creepy, oh, here comes Brad at the end. Hi, Brad. It was weird and dumb and funny all at the same time, and it was just enough funniness that it was made it gold for me. Like, I would watch it again.
You would watch this willingly?
100%. I would watch it again.
What is your wife? We're gonna have
what? Okay.
So what's funny is my wife came into like 20 minutes of the movie left, and she's like, "This has got to be the dumbest thing I've ever seen." I'm like, "You didn't even watch the whole movie." And she goes, "I don't need to."
Yeah, she doesn't need to because it'd be a waste of her time.
What were you gonna say, Gary?
What is it? What redeeming qualities does the movie have that make you want to watch it again?
It was just the 80s cheesiness. It was hilarious. It was funny. I thought Nicolas Cage as this wannabe punk person, but yet he was just looked like the geek from the comic store, not even really looking punk.
Geek. He looks like he was strung out on something. I don't know why his eyes always
with
look
his
like that.
jacked up teeth. Oh, look at the doggy.
Active.
Oh, Lucy, what'd you think about Valley Girl? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
That looked like a thumbs up face.
I want food.
It's a no
That's a no. So,
from Doggo.
well, it's been awesome getting to record this episode with you guys. Good seeing you guys all again. It was great to see Brad pop into the chat at the very end. So this has been another episode of Movie Torture, and we are so grateful for all of you who are listening. So from myself, Jacob, producer Gary, Roger, the first lady of Movie Torture, Hannah, and MTD, and Brad, we wish you guys a great night.
Hey everybody, this is Ashley Arpel Steinbach, host of Locks of Laughs, work advice from me, and of course, Movie Torture, aka I am the queen of the Hopecast Network, or if you ask me, the queen bee. I hope you're all enjoying the amazing shows we have here on the Hopecast Network, and if you are, please don't forget to like and subscribe everywhere that you listen to or watch our podcasts.